Hello everyone and welcome to the Chomping Grounds, the Chomp Center segment where we focus on the real MVP of the game, the manager. The ones who really make sure each moment of the game can really happen. My name is Peter Mitchell and I am honored to be joined by the president of one of the most prestigious sports clubs in SF State. They are currently in the Fall League competition season. We are more than excited they could take time out of their busy schedules to be here. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for SF State Water Polo President, Jake Nee. Bring it up.
Yo, what's good?
Welcome in, Jake.
How's it going?
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, for sure.
How you doing today?
Good, good.
Just to get started, Jake, it's about 1 in the afternoon, getting ready for lunchtime. What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had a Kirkland protein bar.
Ooh, those are good.
Yeah.
Let me ask, was it the soft and chewy bar, or was it like the kind of like the dense, like big stack protein bar?
I prefer the big stack protein bar because it's more filling, especially for breakfast.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm all about the soft and chewy bar personally.
The soft, you can't
go wrong with Costco.
You can never go wrong.
So I guess just getting right into it, Jake, I just want to say once again, thank you so much for joining here for us today. Our goal with the Chomping Grounds segment is to provide insight for all of the different sports here at SF State. So once again, just thank you for being here. It's great to have you. You guys are a very prestigious club. You were telling me earlier in the green room that you guys have had, you've had a known club since 2010, right?
Yeah, dude, this club is ancient. I took over only last semester, and some things I'm only discovering now.
I see. Interesting. Moving on to our first question of the day. You are so much more than just a teammate as the president. You are the manager. You are the player agent. You are the strategist. You're even a coach for the club. You've been coaching for 2 semesters. And while at the same time, you've been doing this while still being a full-time student. So I guess my question for you today is, how do you balance that? How do you juggle wearing so many different hats?
Well, first I have to acknowledge my officers, right? My VP, Alice Kazakov, who I think set this up, was probably the most important person on the team. A little more important than me. She's been on the team for 4 years now, and she facilitates all the games, all the events, and all my other officers. I picked a great team, and I would not be here without my team.
It's fantastic. You need to have people that help build you up like that, and it's great that you have such a strong foundation.
Absolutely.
So I guess moving on from this, I'd like to ask you, what is the community like? What is the water polo community like here on campus? For myself, I'm a complete outsider. So let's say if I were to step in tomorrow for your Tuesdays and Thursdays practices, what would that be like for someone completely new to the sport?
Well, it would, first and foremost, we are a sports club on campus, which means that we are half a sports club, but also half a social club, right? I have to be able to balance the amount of stress I put on the players and the amount of relaxation I give them.
Completely.
Because at the end of the day, these players are taking time out of their evenings to come practice and play with us. So it has to be a social and a more relaxing club, right?
Of course. I think one of the most interesting things that I found about it is that you guys don't do dues. You guys have no club dues that are ever for your participants.
Yeah, absolutely. It hurts my bank account personally, but
Completely understand.
a lot of our players, especially at SF State, are taking multiple jobs out just to pay for school, and to have another running expense every semester is a lot of pressure, right? And I would not want to put any more pressure on my players than I already do.
Yes, completely understand. Speaking of your players, let's get into more of the style of your team. Would you say you guys are more of you bring more of an aggressive bunch to the court, or would you say that you guys are more strategic in your play? My apologies, it's not a court, it's a pool.
Tank? Pool?
It's a tank. Sorry, Jackie.
Something like that. So our club is full of a lot of beginners, right? My current safety officer, Grayson, he only started playing water polo when I started coaching the team, right? And what I will say is the team has grown, and we tried to play as strategic as possible, especially because all the other teams are a bunch of tryhards, okay? They bring in external guests from Division I schools, but you know what? We tried to keep it lighthearted, try to keep it fun, and yeah.
I think that's fantastic. It's extremely hard out here to deal with such higher levels of competition like that, but the fact that you guys are completely student run and that you guys have completely been building this organization on your own for so long, I mean, I tip my hat to you. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you, thank you.
I guess just for finishing off with the last couple of questions, overall, I know when we had a second to talk back in the green room, you've been talking about you've been doing water polo since you were a kid, man.
Yeah.
And I guess you've gone so far up in your athletic career as you're being a manager, you've told me you've been coaching for nearly 5 years. And I guess just what I want to ask you is, overall, what does water polo mean to you personally?
Water polo is the place where I could really relax and be myself. And it's also a place where I could get to know my friends and like goof off with my friends for 2 hours a day, every week, you know? Because sometimes with school and with work, it's a lot of, like, it takes a lot of effort to like schedule like hangouts or like lunch or something. But if everyone's on water polo, everyone hangs out at least twice a week, is great.
Fantastic, man. I know I keep saying fantastic a lot, but it's been a fantastic interview. We're going to wrap it up with just one more question for you. The people of SF State, we're waiting. We're chomping at the bit. We want to know, how can we support you guys next? What's coming up for SF State Water Polo? And how can we, as a school, be there for you guys?
All right. So, something you guys can bite onto today is that we have a game, not this weekend, but next weekend on the November 16th at UC Santa Cruz, and December 7th at Cal State Monterey, and potentially something with San Jose State. We're still texting. We're still scheduling a day.
You got to get in between those group chats, man. It's hard to
It's
finally
great.
get out of there.
Yeah, it's a lot of scheduling.
I just want to say I can't appreciate you enough for making it out of the group chat here today.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you so much for being on the Chomping Grounds.
You bet.
You've been a fantastic guest. I want to thank everyone in the studio today for always coming in, bringing the energy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all out of time. Thank you so much for checking out Chomping Grounds. My name's Peter Mitchell, and I'll see you next time. Let's cut it, baby. Dude, thanks, Jake.
Yeah,
man.
you bet.
I'll get you a rough cut of that.